because we are finally getting to the part where things start moving forward. And listen, if you've been hanging on since part one, just know I appreciate you because this story, baby, is giving persistence, prayer, patience, and a little bit of the Lord. Are you sure? Now, I'm a little congested, so bear with me, but let's go ahead and dig right on into it. So now we finally have our surrogate, we have our embryos, and we finally have a plan. And I said, "Okay, God, I see you showing out now." So now here we are, April 2nd. We chose our intermediary, and let me tell you something. This girl was perfect. The moment we hopped on that video call with her, I said, "Yep, she's the one. She got the energy, she's organized, she's got sense, and she's understanding the assignment." So now we exchanged numbers, and immediately I set up a group chat with her, my husband, and myself. Because in this process, the intermediary is basically your eyes, your ears, your project manager, your human calendar, and your emotional support friend. She's the bridge between us and the surrogate. So now here we are, April 15th. We had our big meeting. Me, my husband, the intermediary, the surrogate, and our attorney. All coming together, y'all, to sign them contracts. So now here's the thing. We could see the surrogate, but the surrogate couldn't see us. So, child, sitting in this meeting where one side can see and the other side can't, it felt like being on a Zoom call with your camera off, but everybody else's camera is on. Awkward, but also a little low key hilarious. So we're staring like, okay, she looks sweet, she looks healthy, she looks like she can carry this baby with no problem. And the whole time she has no idea what we look like, just vibes and contract. So once the signatures were done, it was a go. Now let's hit that fast forward button just a little bit. We're waiting for the surrogate to start her cycle because that's what kicks off the medication schedule. And on May 15th, she picked up her meds. And baby, this is when that hurry up and wait lifestyle hits again. Now, here's where things get a little annoying. Everything was rolling along fine until we hit a bump over. Guess what? Contracts, y'all. These contracts almost took us out because my husband, God love him, decided to send the notarized originals by his friend. Not courier, not DHL, not FedEx, but his homeboy. I'm like, "Sir, this is not a birthday card. This is not a thank you note. This is a legal document for a baby. Our baby." But you know men, sometimes they think everything is not that serious. Meanwhile, I'm over here Googling how long does it take a Nigerian to get to send off these contracts. So because he didn't courier the documents, they took their sweet time getting there. We fell behind schedule, emails flying, my stress was rising. But let me tell you something about me. Once I start seeing delays, I turn into a full-time project manager. I said, "Nope, we're not letting a little envelope mess up my motherhood timeline." So finally, the clinic received the notarized originals. Everything matched, everything checked out, everything was signed, sealed, and delivered. Late, but still delivered. And once that happened, y'all, it was a go. So, now, contracts done, embryos ready, surrogate locked in, intermediary perfect. My patience holding on by a thread, but here we are. So once the clinic finally received our notarized documents, late because my dear husband sent them by village mail, everything clicked back into motion. They reviewed the paperwork, stamped what needed to be stamped, crossed what needed to be crossed, and just like that, y'all, it was go time. Now, in the IVF world, time is everything. Timing hormones, timing medication, timing cycles, timing transfers. It's like trying to catch a train that only stops for 30 seconds. If you miss it, baby, you gonna wait a whole nother month. So once the clinic confirmed our documents were in the building, the waiting for transfer day officially began. Our surrogate had already started her meds and everything was syncing up well. Each day, the intermediary would drop updates in the group chat like she worked for CNN. Blood work done. Lining, thickening nicely. Medications picked up. Next scan on Thursday. Every ping on my phone, my heart would jump because at this stage, everything matters. But let me tell you something that nobody talks about. The waiting will drive you absolutely crazy. You're excited, you're scared, you're hopeful, you're traumatized, you're praying bold prayers while bracing for bad news because you've been through so much already. It's like being on an emotional Wi Fi, strong signal 1 minute, buffering the next. So the clinic eventually gave us the projected transfer date. Baby, I marked that thing in my calendar, highlighted it, circled it, set reminders. All I needed was fireworks. Now, transfer day in surrogacy hits different because you're not the one getting anything done to your body. You're not laying on the table, you're not getting the embryo placed, but emotionally, you feel everything. You're still pacing, you're still sweating, you're still praying, still whispering, Lord, let this be it. Because this isn't just medical, it's spiritual, emotional, mental, all of it wrapped up in a tiny little embryo. So, in the days leading up to transfer, every update became a little more intense. Her lining is thick enough, hormones are perfect, embryo thaw scheduled. When I saw embryo thaw, my whole soul paused. It's wild how something so tiny becomes the center of your entire universe. Meanwhile, my husband, of course, is being calm, relaxed, acting like we're waiting on Amazon Prime delivery and not a whole human being. I'm sitting there like, sir, how are you breathing normally right now? Y'all, now it's transfer day, and the clinic kept us updated play by play through the intermediary. And the whole time I'm walking around my house whispering prayers like a woman on a mission. Lord, go ahead and cover that uterus. Touch that lining, Lord. Guide that doctor's hands like GPS. No slip ups, Jesus. Not today. If you've ever gone through IVF, you know that transfer day feels like the Super Bowl, except you aren't on the field. Somebody else is playing the game for you, and you can't yell from the sidelines because you can't hear you. They can't hear you. When the transfer was complete, we got the message. Everything went smoothly. Baby, I could have passed out right there. Relief washed over me like a fresh flower in August heat. But let me tell you something that every fertility warrior knows. After transfer, the real wait starts. Those dreaded 2 weeks. The days feel long, the doubts get long, the hopes get louder. Every little message from the intermediary makes your heart flip. We told ourselves to stay calm, we prayed, we spoke life over the situation, and we held on because after everything we had gone through years of searching, moving states, switching clinics, leaving the country, frozen embryos, failed candidates, legal delays, and more this moment felt different. It felt aligned, it felt guided, it felt divine. And deep down, I knew something was shifting. All right, y'all gonna have to come back for the next part, and it's gonna be the finale.